Welcome back to what is going to be the final part of Pavlov's house playthrough. I'll just keep going on this one, but as if you've just watched the last one, you'll understand why I thought the last one was going to be. So we're going to draw the cards. We want, just double check what I need for the Storm Group raid. It's in the player's aid. It's the 62nd Army Command Post. We want one of those. So let's see what the 4 cards are. Not one. Well, we could do one. We've got one. We're going for a raid here. Another anti-aircraft and a signal battalion. Another 62nd Army. Right. So what we're going to do first is we're doing the raid. We're doing the raid. Now, I think I've mentioned it earlier, but let's talk about it again. In fact, again, as I have been doing, let's get the rules out a little bit so you can see what we're doing here. So, what I do, you can take 67th Army Command Post action, which that's what we're doing, to initiate a Storm Group raid if there are no Wehrmacht counters on the Wehrmacht tracks that correspond to the colour indicated on the Storm Group card. Green, green, completely clear. For each Soviet counter, roll 1 die. Compare the dice roll total to the defence value on the Storm Group card. It's equal to or higher. We successfully executed the assault, which means we get the victory points. Then we'll talk about the counters afterwards, what happens to them. So we need to roll, this is what we're going for, a 15. Well, roll a 15, we need to get dice to roll to 15, so I'm going to want 5 or 6 guys who are not exhausted, so let's have a look at who we've got. It's going to leave us very weakened because we're going to tell this guy 1. This guy, 2, this guy, 3. I'm thinking of taking 6 people. Roll 6 dice. Need those victory points. This is probably our only opportunity. This could cost us the game. Don't want to take those 2. Don't want to take them. So we've got 3 there. I'm going to take this guy, and this guy. So, we got 6 of them. They weren't exhausted. Are going. What I could have done, which I had no intention of doing actually, but so we've got the 6. Let's just put them there for now. I could, if he hadn't been exhausted, I wasn't going to do it anyway, but I could have taken him because he's the Storm Group command ability, which means for that 1 counter you could roll 2 dice. But I'm hoping 6 dice will be enough. So we need 15. Big moment in the game. The Soviets are on the attack finally. And we've got it easily. 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24. So we have hit them. So I'm going to put that just to one side because we have just got 8 victory points there. These, just so we don't get confused, and I don't think, I'm just going to turn them over because it doesn't mean you can then go to that 1. I don't believe it does anyway. I've not actually looked at that, but we're not going to do that anyway. Now, here's what we do for this. Let's see how much damage our guys took in the raid. We roll 1 die for each Soviet counter. For each 1 to 4 you roll, you remove the Soviet counter from the game. So they're done, dead. Each 5 to 6, you move the counter to back to the reserves box in Pavlov's house. So let's do 1 at a time and see how we get on. We really could do with a couple coming back here. So it's Kiselev first. A 4. Kaput. Masishashvili. Oh, we'll call him M, aren't we? Kaput. Sukba. Yes, he goes back into the reserves box. There we go. Turgenov. A 4. Kaput. I'm saying kaput. Avagimov or Avagimov. Probably Avagimov. And a 6. So we've got this guy back as well. And then finally, Alexandrov. No, gone. So we've lost 4 guys. So out of the 6 that went out, only Sukbar and Avagimov came back. So it's been quite a expensive defence of Pavlov's house, this one. Is, in terms of casualties, we've lost all these counters here that have been put into one side, including Pavlov himself. We've got 2 goes left. What do I want to do? Do I still want to? I don't need to use any supplies. We've got loads of supplies in there. We've still got the option of this operational support. We need that clear, this clear, and that clear. We're not a million miles away from it, so let us go. I'm going to use that with the second turn to get rid of this. Oh, am I? I've only got 1 anti-aircraft counter. Do we risk it? Do we really risk it and try and get more, ramp up these victory points? Yeah, we do. But if we leave ourselves weak with anti-aircraft and they come in, we'll get disrupted again anyway. So no, I'm going to clear this one and then put with that, and then put another anti-aircraft token on with that one. So clear it. Anti-aircraft, so we need to have 2. We've still got a few turns left, so we can still try and do this. This card only applies to the assault card. Well, 1 extra die when making attack rolls with armour and suppress rolls with infantry during assaults for this turn. So we want to hope we don't get an assault card. We haven't had one for a while though, so let's see where we go. Oh, we've got a sniper. Let's see where he's going to attack. The thing is, we've got mainly pretty strong soldiers in here, so this could be bad news. 6. So he's attacking either our forward observer or the sniper Chekhov. Well, let's see which one he's attacking. 5. It's Chekhov, that sniper. Damn, damn, damn. So he rolls 4 dice. He needs a 3 or above. He's got it. So Chekhov joins our list of defenders in memorial. So that's the first card. A suppressed defender. It's not an assault card, so although it was talking about suppressed rolls, it's not that card. So what they're going to do here is they're going to target a defender. So 3. The red area. There is no defender in the red area. So let us just... I don't believe anything happens here, because they're trying to suppress an area where we don't have anybody. Once the colour has been turned, roll again to see which specific combat position is targeted. If the result of the roll is a combat position that is empty, go to the next highest number. If no higher number is occupied, go to the next lower number. Nothing else. So that is, we get away with that. Yes, they do bomb us, they do hit us. There's nobody there, so we're not going to take any damage. Now we have got stuck. Where are we? There we go. Can't stop it landing somewhere. Let's see where it's going to go. 4. Too bad. 4 there. So they went. Oh, I suppose we lost Chekhov, so I'm saying it's not too bad. It's not been great. we're going to put a little bit move him to there. Put Patansky over here. We haven't got an artillery counter at the minute, but we've got no tanks here, so he needs to be up there ready. That's 2 moves. Do I need to put him out, or do I leave him? I'm sorry, I'm just wondering whether to leave him. So I was pointing in an area, I've got the camera. I don't know whether to leave him here. What's he going to do? Unless I use one, put him there and roll 1 dice to try and take him out, which I suppose he could. Yeah, I'll try it. So in the first move I want Naumov recovered. And I am going to do what I just said. I'm going to have a Vagimov, 1 shot at this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I've done that. That's all right. Ignore me. I was thinking I could then do the command token. But see, I can't. I'd rather have him over there, but he's exhausted. I could just recover him this turn. I've got the suppression counters, but I'm not. It's late in the game. I'm not going to use the suppressions, really, I don't think. And perhaps I should. Anyway, I'm going 1 dice. Second action, 1 dice. Vagimov is going to have a shot at this rifleman. See if he can. 4, 5 or 6 to get rid of him. Nice if we could. He's got 4. So he has got rid of him. So that's a good move. So we've only got them on the red areas. So because of that, I'm thinking maybe do get a suppression token. Yes. And it is. Not our last suppression token, oh that was for a minute. Now I have actually felt, I've just made a mistake. Quite a costly one. So that's the 3 goes. I do have a first aid token here. I could have, I'm not going to do it actually because it's my own fault. Potentially a costly mistake as well. First aid. Use a first aid token to ignore attack from a sniper Wehrmacht card. Or to become a casualty. So I could have done that. But I didn't, so Chekhov could have been saved. And I didn't save him. I'm not going to. I'm tempted. Solitaire games, I'm tempted to say, oh yeah, alright, let's go back because you made a mistake. But I made a mistake, as you do. I've carried on with the turn. We're near the end of the game, so I'm carrying on. My mistake. Bad play from me. So we turn 4 over this time. 2, 3, 4. And I'm very close. Oh! To this operational support card. I need that clear, which it is. I can clear that. And I can clear that. But I then haven't got a 60-second card. Which I'm sure that's what I need. I'm just double checking. Operational support. Yes, it's the 60-second army command post I need action for. I'm sure it is. Did I read that properly then? Yeah, 60-second army command post action. So I come very close to it. So what I'm going to do is take these 2 to clear those 2 tokens. So at least then we've got the potential of next time doing it. That's 2 goes now. 2 options now. So I'll put that on there. We've got 2-2. Yeah, I'm going to put that on there. And I'll show you why. I mean, we could use it. It potentially comes into play as being used. We don't be able to attack one as it is because they're not adjacent on the same track. But also, if I rolled an 11, say a bomber gets through, and roll an 11, it takes the token off. It doesn't add a disrupted track. So we've still got the chance of utilising that. So that's what we're doing. Let's have a tactics card out. Increase the number of Junkers to its 7s on each card by 1. We've got 2 anti-aircraft cards, so let's see how we go. An assault, we're going to lose people here. Oh, no, might not. Infantry special defender, so we add up the infantry in each area. There isn't any. So it's just these. So there's 5 dice to roll, and they're attacking the building on the red side. So you've got just make sure everybody's following that. 3 and a 2 attack value, so it's 5 dice. Red side. Now they're attacking the building, and they are not attacking the individuals. Now there's a but coming here. Where are we? Strength 5. Attack building. Sorry about this, that's me. I'm not finding it. Apologies for that. So it's attacking the building with 5 dice, and they need the defence value or higher to achieve it with 1 roll. The defence value is only 3. It then gets reduced. Defence value is reduced by 1, but if it's already at 3, every Soviet counter in a combat position that matches the air's colour is given disrupted tokens if it had been suppressed. So these 2 guys could get a disrupted token. Well, in fact, they probably will. We've got rolling 5 dice, and we need, or the Germans need 1 of these 5 to be a 3 or higher. Yes, they are. So, as well as being exhausted, he's disrupted, and Potansky is also disrupted, so that's the first card. Now a Panzer. Where is he going to be placed? Not that many cards left, so they're going to struggle to actually get to the house, I think, here. Well, first words, and it's a 6. So, the Panzer there is going there. At least we've still got only 1 on each track at the minute, but they are slowly building up. The third and final Wehrmacht card for this turn is a scout. Where's he going to land? Oh, we have got a suppression. Landing 2, so we haven't got a green suppression. So he is going to land there. Scout. And there he goes. So that's that. So we're still in a position where we could go for that operational support. Counters, counters, counters. What are we going to do? Let's move this across here. What we're going to do first of all is we're going to use the command action. No, not moving anybody because everybody's exhausted apart from Chernihiv. Exhaust or disrupt, so that's, we can do 3 things here. I'm going to recover this guy. I'm going to recover this guy. Pavlov could go after this scout. And then we're going to take the disrupted counter, the third one off Potansky, the forward observer. So that's action 1. Action 2, Pavlov, going to roll 2 dice, we need a 5 or a 6. He's asking a little bit really, no, not too much, but we need a 5 or a 6. Get rid of these scouts. We'll go a 6. So they've been brilliant, the defenders, the latter part of this game, so that guy goes, got that clear. He's exhausted, that's action 2. The third action is going to be, I'm going to try and, not a lot else to do really. I mean, I don't want to waste an artillery token on just one, because I can only target one. That could be. It's always a balance. I'm going to exhaust this guy with the third one, so that's the final turn. And I'm going to get myself a suppression. I nearly did what I said. I kept doing by mistake and take one from there then. So he's gone, so that's the end of this turn. And we're still fighting. So we need a 60-second. So we're not game one, are we? 3. Final one. We've got it. So let me show you what we're going to do. Cardi Factory. To get these 4 victory points, we need to remove from the game an ammunition token, a food token, first aid, and a sapper. So 1 gone, 1 gone, 1 gone. Which one didn't I do? I didn't do first aid, so we've got rid of 4 of those. And that's because these 3 areas aren't disrupted with anyone. There, there, and there. And that adds to this. We've got 12 victory points in the back there. Let's see how we do now. So that's our first turn. That also means this card is now in play. And they're the same. We could get another 4 next turn, potentially, because they're not disrupted. We have just got enough to get rid of, because it's the end of the game. I might do that, so let's look at what we're going to do here. I'm going to add another artillery counter. And I'm going to undisrupt. What about getting anything else across here? Or do I undisrupt something? Yeah, I'm gonna undisrupt this one here, 30, with that. We haven't got a lot here, but I might regret that, but we'll see. We're near the end of the game now, so we've got to take risks to try and do something. A scout. Let's roll the dice, see where it's going to get placed. And it's going to get placed in the green 1 area. But I'm going to use that to roll 1 dice at him. So with 5 or a 6 and he doesn't get placed. And it's a 6. We have had some luck with these rolls this time. So that is the first one done. Oh, I didn't do the tactics. That may alter something. This card only applies to the assault card, so it doesn't affect what we've just done. Roll 1 extra die when making attack rolls with armour and suppress rolls with infantry during assaults for this turn. The second card. So it's a bomber. 4 bombs are going to be dropped. I'm going to use both of these tokens, so we're going to roll 4 dice. This is where our plans could fall awry on the operational support. So 4 dice, we need 4, 5 or 6 on all of them. I've got it on 1. So there's going to be 3 bombers hitters here. 10. So it takes that out, not disrupted. That's the first bomber. 7. Yeah. So that stops us doing that card for the second bomber. And 17. Which isn't great, but it just takes that off. No disrupted, so we don't add a fog of war. I did a fog of war for ages. Is there any in the pack? Just wondering. Fog of war in the 6. I think there's only 1 fog of war in our pack, so we're doing well with that. So the final one for this turn is your machine gunner. Let's see where we're placing him. 1. We've got no green suppression left because we just used it. So the machine gunner is going into area number 1. We need to get as many of these off the table as we can now, because we are near the end. The victory points, we've got 12 in the bag. You get a point for every defender you've got. You lose 3 for every German attacking counter. So at the minute we're going to lose 12 points here, so we need to see what we can do to get rid of some, which we should be able to do. And that means I'm going to try and get rid of one of those tanks. What am I going to move? Am I going to move anything? I am going to move something. I'm going to move this guy over to here, so he can have a one shot at that. I'm going to, as you can see, most of these, so you can't see that. So he can have a shot at that guy. Most of these guys you can't do anything with. So the first thing to do, first turn, is get this one. So next turn at least I've got some in play. Petansky is going to fire at that guy. They're both defense 5. That's got one more attack roll, but it's also a shorter trajectory to get there, so out of the 2. So I can only roll at 1 because of the adjacency rule. 3 dice, and I need a 5 or a 6 to get rid of that stuck in column 4. And we've got it. So that's the only one. But he's exhausted there. That guy has gone, so that's good. And what I may do with my 3rd turn is I'm going to recover him, so that's all the turns done, so that the following turn he can try and have a go at that machine gunner himself. Okay, so I know what there's 2 cards I want here, and see if you can. Operational support, I'd like that undisrupted, and then a 60-second army to actually carry out the operational support role. Well, I'm not going to say that's useless. I've got a 6-second army. We've got it. 3, 4. So I know exactly what I'm going to do here with all 3. Got no sapper in play. I am going to take that, get myself an anti-aircraft token. I am going to take that and get rid of this disruption token. And then the final one, doesn't matter which you use, I'm going to use the 6-second army command post to achieve this. So we know they're all undisrupted. We've got to remove all of these again. So an ammunition to stock. I'm just checking you can see it. Ammunition. A sapper. No, not a sapper. Yes, a sapper. To stock. First aid to stock. And a food to stock. Done it. So we've got another 4 points there. And then we've got that one, which we can't achieve that because we haven't. Well, I could, because I could take one out of the staging area, I believe. I don't know whether I can or not actually. So, but we're not going to have time, I don't think. So we've now got 16 points in the bag. And tactics. When you place an armour counter, immediately resolve an assault effect. Attack building. For all armour counters on the boards, if you made an assault armour card, could be nasty. So we don't want any armour this turn. We haven't done with this one. So let's roll our dice. Do it in the red area and then we can try and suppress him. No, not in the red area, he's in the green area. So we've got a machine gunner in this area now. Let's get one. And a rifleman. But again, better than armour, I suppose. 1. So we can't suppress him. They're advancing on us. That's 2. The third one for this go. So where does he go? Where's he placed? 3. So Panzer 4 goes on there. So this tactics comes into place, which says when you place an armour counter, immediately resolve an assault effect for all armour counters on the board. So no armour counters in the green area, 2 in the red area, total attack value of 5. So we've got 5 dice come in. They need to do this, they need the defence value of 3. And they've got it. What that means is a disrupted counter on every one of these. So now that would mean 2 on here. I'm not going to forget it this time. We've got a first aid counter. So that guy comes over here. So it goes back to start. But we haven't finished yet because... Oh, no we haven't. 2 dice. Attack value of 2. Again needs a 3. You could put a disrupted counter on this guy here. It's going to really nullify our last turn. So we've got 2 dice. I need them to roll 1s and 2s for this one. They haven't. So we've got a disrupted counter on our leader Naumov. So that was not good. So what have we got here? There's very little I can do here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah, first turn I'm going to take that off him. I'm going to have Pavlov going for this machine gunner with his 2 attack value. So 2 dice, needs a 4, and it's this guy. 4, 5 or 6. Got it. And remember that saves us 3 points because we'll be losing 3. So that guy's gone. And what I'm going to do with the third, I was wondering whether to undisrupt this guy. But I'm going to try and get this last turn, next turn. So I'm going to use him to attack one of these. So it's only 1 dice. Don't make a lot of difference except that one's got an attack value of 2, that one's got an attack value of 1, so I'm going for that one. 1 dice, 4, 5 or 6. And he's got 6. So that was pretty good with the very limited action we could do. We managed to do that. So we managed to get rid of 2 counters, but we've still got 4 on the board. Final turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, before I decide what I'm doing, I could discard that with 62nd Army Post. I can use the operational support. The 62nd Army Post isn't disrupted, the flotilla isn't disrupted, and we've got 3 of those. So we're going to do it. That, and that. And we've got another 3 victory points. So that is that first turn done. With the second one, what I'm going to do, I am going to discard this fog of war. No, I can't. I needed a communication, so I can't. The second turn, I'm going to put another 1083rd anti-aircraft counter in. Try and make sure we haven't got any. There. The third turn. Oh, now the 13th. we can deploy. I nearly made a very daft error then. Get that out. We can deploy Soviet reinforcements, and as we've said, you get a point for each one at the end of the game. So we're going to deploy a total of 6 Soviet reinforcements with this. And I don't really care who they are this time, because they're not going to be a lot of use, but what they are going to do is possibly get us 6 extra points if there's enough. One cost of 1. A cost of 1. So I'm going to try and get 6. A cost of 1. So that's 3. We'll use 3. 4. 5. 6. So magnificently, we've suddenly got a load of extra guys in play. Now we are coming towards a point where I've possibly played it wrong. I'm just getting confused with that race for play. Sorry, didn't make sense what I said there. I'm not 100% sure how you play this end bit, and I should have clarified it. So I'll talk through it and do what I think, and it may well be wrong, but you'll see what I mean in a second. So, right, so we've done our goes. That's our goes. The reason I know it's done is we've got the last 3 cards here. So final tactics. Add 1 to the defence value for infantry for this turn. Bomb Stalingrad. We've got 2 anti-aircraft counters down here. We've got 4 bombers coming after us. We're going to roll 4 dice with these. Let's see what we can get rid of. It doesn't, again, it's not going to make that much difference unless we roll treble 6 twice with these bombers. They're not going to do any harm on this last turn. So 4 dice, how many bombers we get rid of? We get rid of 1. So we've still got 3 bombers coming after us. Let's see what they do. 9. There. 12. Already 1 in 12, so it goes to 13. And the third and final bomber, 8. So, got some real damage to our anti-aircraft area. Right, the final storm group, you notice there's nothing on there. So let's turn these back over so they're all the right way up. No, it won't. No, just muttering about it. If you need to score a 30, you get 15 victory points. I'll talk about that at the end of the game. And then the last one is an assault. The very last card for them. Then we have our last turn. Right. Infantry suppressed defender. So the infantry are just going after 1 guy. We could lose some people here. Unfortunately, we've got loads in reserve. So the only infantryman on the board here is got an attack of 1. So he's trying to suppress an individual defender in the area he's in, which is the green area. So let's find out who it is. So we'll roll 1 dice. It's a 6. So it's that's Chernigov in the radio area. We're only rolling 1 dice, so it needs 3, 4, 5 or a 6. And it's a 5. He's disrupted. Then we've got attack rolls of 5 here. Now these attack the building. These 2 could both die. In fact, these 2, I'm willing to say they are going to die. Because we're rolling 5 dice because of the 5 attack value. To attack the building, 3 or above. Yes. So these 2 have already got disrupted counts. I've got no first aids. So my forward observe, I didn't have any artillery, so we couldn't have used him. So Potansky and Scuba have gone. We haven't finished yet. We've got attack value of 2 here, attacking this side, and it's Same sort of thing with the defences. That's what really hit us in this game. The defences have been battered very early on, which is worse than I've had in other games. And it's costing us massively. So we've got bolt 2, 3 or above. And it's a 6. So he's gone. No, he hasn't gone, sorry, he's disrupted. So at least we keep him, we've not lost him. So that's the final card. And we get our final counter phase now. And all I'm going to do, you see, they're exhausted. He's disrupted. I can't now unexhaust those because my action for now move will be to reduce that, remove the disrupted with the recovery action. So I can't even do that. And I can't, I've only got one with an attack value. So there's virtually nothing to do apart from putting him there and he's going to attack with the one action we've got. He's going to attack that rifleman. But because the tactics was add 1 to the defence value for the infantry, it's 5. So I need a 5 or a 6 to get rid of him. This will be worth a final 3 points. No. So he's now exhausted. I mean, the other goes I would have taken that disrupted off. And I don't know what else I would have done. Maybe turn him over like that. And that is the end of the game. Now I'll explain about this last storm group raid here. This card here. That's your final one. If I see... yeah. So ending the game. Initiate a free storm group raid for the storm group Milkhouse card. If there are... no, I do understand it. I have been doing the right thing. If there are no Wehrmacht counters on the red coloured Wehrmacht tracks. So, because we've got all these, we could have had a go at that. But we've got red Wehrmacht counters, so we can't do that. So let's have a look at where we've finished scoring. You need to score 1 to win. I think I might have done here. So, victory points. Total the points you earn through successful storm group raids. Now, also, because we're playing with this variant, let me just move that. I'd like to include an extra 15 points there. Because we're playing with the operational support cards, we've got that to add as well. So we've got 3, 7, 11, 17. So we've got 17 victory points there, plus points for each guy. Each Soviet counter in Pavlov's house, including the reserves, because they're in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So we're on 26 points. But, oops, I'm just knocking that right at the end. We've got 4 Soviets. 4 German counters in play, and we subtract 3 points, so we lose 12 points. 26, so we're on 14 points, which is so the second time I've achieved this level. It's still a minor victory, but it's Order of the Patriotic War. 14 points, so not bad, especially when you think about where we're looking halfway through, where I thought the game was virtually over. So real storming finish at the end there, so I'm pleased with that. So yeah, I've enjoyed that game. It's, in fact, every game seems to build up a little story. With this one, as I mentioned, the defences been hammered early. That really hurt us. But yeah, it's a good game. I've played, as I said at the start, I've played 3 different David Thompson games now. Undaunted, By Stealth and Sea, and this is my first Valiant Defence one. Pavlov's House, and they're all very good. The rules are very good. They're all a good challenge. They're all very different. I've got soldiers in postmen's uniforms, which I'll be trying soon. And a little plug for David as well. He's got a Kickstarter for the 4th in the Valiant Defence series, Lanzaret Ridge, coming on board at the end of January, or end of this month, sorry, we're in 2022 now, so look out for that one. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed playing it, and I would thoroughly recommend this game to anyone. Thank you very much.